drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning?
I'm Paul Bennett at Downeast Thunder Creations here in Millbridge, Maine. We're located along Maine's Bold Coast, not very far from the U.S.-Canadian border. I made this book cart simply because I had a need for one. And I've seen these in libraries, you know, when they're moving books around, people return them and they have to bring them back to the shelves. Quite often, I have to pull a bunch of manuals and boat building books or design manuals out of my bookcase when I'm working on a particular boat design, my 18-foot sailboat in particular. The problem is I can't run back and forth to the bookcase all the time, so I figured I'll put a bunch of books that I need for a particular project in this book cart, and I can move it around between my office or my recliner in the living room when I'm working on my laptop. I whipped this together with a bunch of scrap material. It's not a finished piece of furniture and it's not meant to be. I didn't draw any plans for it. I just whipped it up based on some leftover scraps and a bunch of wood that was going to the dumpster. Actually, some of it came out of a dumpster. It's been repurposed. Even the casters that I used came off an old metal cabinet, an old office cabinet that somebody gave to me a couple of years ago that was being thrown out. So this is very handy. The video shows you what you can do with a few scraps. I even included this little tray on the top. I didn't film that while I was making it. I just thought it would be a nice little addition. Little odds and ends can go in the top. There's always a need for that. Most of the manuals that I have, my reference books, engineering manuals, are all pretty good size. They're large volumes, and that's why these shelves are so far apart. And I put them in an angle so that I could roll this around and they're not going to fall out. It's a 15-degree angle and allows the books to stay in place in the shelves. Not much to it. It's a simple project. I did this in one afternoon. This afternoon, as a matter of fact. You can try making one yourself. As I said, there aren't any plans, but you can make it whatever dimensions you want. You can see what I did. It's pretty simple. It's not rocket science. Thanks for watching. Now I'm just going to dry fit the shelf. And I'm going to play with it and move it around a little bit until I find where it's going to go, where I like it. I'm moving it back and forth, in and out. I want to more or less balance it between the two sides. I marked it 5 inches from the bottom to the bottom edge of the shelf. I've got it lined up with the 15-degree mark that I put on it. And I think that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to mark where the shelf's going to be. Okay, I'm going to make sure I have the same length, top and bottom. Yeah, that looks about right.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor?